Hello guys, my name is TheRussianBadger, and I just made the worst decision, like a genuinely bad decision. Okay, I'm in the end of the burrito line, and I get the choice of either Tabasco sauce or this 357 Magnum Ghost Pepper sauce. It was really cryptic, but of course you guys know that I'm not the filthy casual. I'm not gonna take the Tabasco sauce, so of course I picked the second sauce, and right now my mouth is in fuego. Like, it is caliente to the max. It is... I feel like it's on fire. And the worst decision beyond that is that I tried to neutralize the sort of spiciness in my mouth with the milk that I had back in my dorm. And of course I find out after I drank it that it was rancid and 2 weeks old. So I have like a sour, fiery mouth right now. But bad decisions, just like this guy making the bad decision of running around in the street. That is always an awful decision, especially on Zen Crossing. But we'll talk about that later. And I get this gentleman who I call Dragon. Okay, more specifically I called him Dargan the Dragon because I think you guys will disagree with me on this, but I think the best default name for any dragon ever is definitely Dargan. There's some sort of ring to Dargan the Dragon that I find very suitable for a dragon name, but you're also probably going to ask me why I'm using the laser, and I call it the laser because, do you guys remember in Dodgeball, you know, where he's introducing everybody? Blade, laser, blazer, you know, like, I trust you met my fitness consigliere, Michelle. I just always felt as if the laser was like the perfect appropriate name because, not only because it reminded me of that awkwardness between laser and blazer and dodgeball, but just because it's so accurate, so laser-beam accurate. So I get one gentleman here, and then there's another gentleman that decides to pop his head up for some reason, but that's the two-piece, but the biscuit is provided by Wesley Snipes, and I do believe that he delivers now that he went to... I believe he went to jail for some sort of tax evasion. He has to deliver the 2 pieces and a biscuit all day long. And I know, okay, this is why. A lot of you called me out on the AN94 saying, Badger, this does not make any sense. And okay, hold on, side note right here. I don't defuse into the last base. Like, I know a lot of you say, Badger, why don't you PTFO? Well, I don't really even PTFO all that often. Like, I have a very morbid way of playing Rush that I'll explain in a second. I get Dargan yet again. Why? I don't know. He was always lurking in some sort of darkness. Like, if he was a dragon, he'd definitely be some sort of darkness dragon that always seemed to find the shade or the shadows just to lurk in. I don't think dragons really lurk all that much. I'm not really... Dragonology is not the right term, but it's not mythology. I don't even know what dragons are contained within. I don't know how you refer to that field of knowledge, but he was always lurking somewhere in the darkness. And this gentleman, I just could not get him. He was such a slippery catfish. And I even go with the Magnum, but I think my recoil is just... I'm going to run. I'm not even going to go for you right now because you guys know that I'm inaccurate enough, and I'm not even going to go for that. But I wanted to mention... Actually, there's so many things going on. Okay, I get this gentleman here very quickly because he had 94. I almost thought he was around the corner. Like, the A94 just kills so quickly, those bullets sometimes even follow you. But I was going to say, the reason that I didn't defuse right there is because some maps, and this is actually the way that I play Battlefield quite frequently, and I know a lot of you might get mad at me, but really my opinion, or your opinion of the way that I play in terms of how I have fun is really irrelevant. Like, this is what I do. If I like the map that I'm playing on, I will not defuse until the last objective if I'm on the defending team because I want to stay on that map. So frequently lately even, it's been like a constant rotation of Karg Island, Operation Metro, and Bazaar, and it's like, I don't want to play those maps, as I get this gentleman here. I don't want to play those maps. I don't want to rush to that map next. I want to stay on Zen Crossing where I actually enjoy it. And I got a headshot here. That's why I sort of choose to sometimes prolong the games. Like, I don't know why it funnels into these 3 maps for me, Operation Metro, Karg Island, and Grand Bazaar. I don't know why it does that, but for some reason when I'm on these other maps, I don't feel a need to rush to the next map just by defusing. And also, too, jumping down in the water next to that sunken yacht, that also was a terrible idea to defuse anyways. Would have got shot in the face, but... I think a lot of you have a very different opinion of what playing the objective is, but I don't always play the objective to a T in that, oh, you see me, bro? I'm just a cannon fodder Carl that just runs directly towards the objective and just tries to arm it. And I get shot in the face 15 times out of 16, and I got goose for the first time with a headshot. And so just so you guys know, my version of playing the objective is probably different from yours. I win a lot of the time, not to brag at all, but... My objective, or the way that I play the objective, does not necessarily make my team lose, but I like to go to the very last base on a lot of defense maps, if I like the map. But for example, if it's Operation Metro, I'm going to use every fiber and every stitch of my effort to try to end that game as quickly as possible, because I hate that map. So, it depends on the map, but who's the Goose this time? I just headshotted Goose a while back, and now Goose comes back to headshot me, and this was like the battle of epic proportions. Not only is, okay, number one, he's using the RPK-74M, which if you have not tried it yet, is wonderful. Like, I don't exactly get the logic. I have to say that's a questionable logic if you ask me. Just, so you've got 45 rounds that stick into this one little magazine, and then you somehow shove 200 rounds into the same size magazine. That doesn't sound suspicious and or defying physics in any way, shape, or form, but it took me a second to get this guy. I was like, wait, you're not a Russian. What? I like high fives. He was always playing in the street, and I renamed him to I like getting shot in the face because he was always running around in the street. It will come back later. And I don't know why I had some sort of affection to all the enemy team because they had all interesting names, if you ask me. So, is Goose there? Oh, Goose is not there. I always think I get Goose. No, I think Goose. Is Goose down below? Goose is always on my mind because he's the only guy that killed me on the opposing team, and he always came back for revenge. There's Dargan yet again getting the headshot. Oh, here he is. I like to play. I like high fives, and I like playing around in the street, and I like getting shot at. Right? That failed miserably, but I like getting shot in the face because I like playing around in the street. Okay, on the subject of the AN-94, I just love it because it kills so fast with the 1,200 rounds per minute if you burst fire it, and it's just accurate. Like, I don't use anything else. I get, who's the Goose this time, Mr. Goose? That's definitely you. And stay down, Goose. Don't bother. Don't get up. Don't bother to even get up. And, okay, I don't revive that guy because that guy's too much of a threat, and then I come back and I say, elevator's not going to save you, bro. Like, the elevator's not even there. Why do you think I can't shoot through some like metal bars? That is definitely very implausible on your part. And okay, I got the cloth monster and I got the assault guy, and he said, well, your name is not Jack Brown. You're the dirty hack that shut your woman down. I just can't stop listening to that song. Like, Cocaine Blues by Johnny Cash is just such a great song. I don't think I'll ever get tired of it, but that 44 Magnum, just so much fun. And I have to recommend it. If you have not tried the AN-94 44 Magnum combo, it is just wonderful. And who's the Goose? Yet again, get a headshot. And I almost feel like, I think a few of you have said this in the past, like, you have angered the Badger in, like, everything about how I don't approve of your conduct and everything else. But I think in this case, it's more so you have angered the Goose because he came back. I'm not even sure if this was smoke. It was like, bro, Cookie, why are you firing smoke at somebody? That is so implausible from that range. I don't even know if it was a 320 or what it is, but who's the Goose? Like, I even pre-fired the corner, and look, he scurries away with 5% health. That's so frustrating because I pre-fired the corner. I think I handled that engagement very well. I think I possibly should have aimed down sight, but it's frustrating. Just think, maybe one or two of my bullets hit his leg instead of his chest, and that body part multiplier, just that's the reason that I lost the gunfight. It's sort of frustrating. It's just sort of frustrating. Like, I was just beating myself up, but like little things like that, I don't even know why. But I was gonna say that it's sort of an adjustment in close range, and I know a lot of you will definitely emphasize I'm not exactly accurate, but I even notice sometimes. Here I was spamming bullets, and though I get that guy, I was just trying to get the kill faster than we just had this gab fest on the left-hand side. Just so many chatty Cathys just talking about their day, and like, I just picture them sitting over there and telling a story of their day. You know that has way too much, like the frequent use of the word like and describing some sort of conversation that they had earlier today. Like, oh, I was like, and then she was all, and then he said, and then I just don't find it very, very appealing to me. So they were just lurking over there, and the reason that I was spamming bullets is because of this. Why can't I hold all of these assists? It was just assist after assist after assist. Badger, would you like some assists? And that's exactly the kind of kill that I love right there. That little like 3-shot, or not, it's not a 3-shot, but that little 3-burst, and I see you lurking there in the darkness, Catfish. Don't think it... Like you can hide from me. That little light does not help your case. If you're trying to lurk in the darkness, don't have a blinding flashlight. I never think that's a good idea. But overall, I don't want to go really all that in depth with the A94. Just know that it's a laser beam assault rifle, and I don't use anything else. Like, I've literally used this in the RPK 74M with a 200 round extended magazine. And extended magazine. I even mentioned that earlier, but it's just so astronomical in my brain. Yeah, we fit about 200 rounds in the same capacity as a 46 round magazine. Yeah, seems legit. That's cool. But I don't use anything else. I just use the A94, the RPK 74M, because they're just so much fun, and they both have just carry. Yet again, dude, I don't know why they choose to like creep out really slowly, and this guy's. You're not sneaking up on me, Carl. That's not gonna work. Like, I think that he had some sort of idea that if he rushed at us with a shotgun, that would somehow work. But I think not. That is not the way it works. Just because you have a shotgun doesn't mean that. Okay, on the topic of shotguns, just because an unmentioned and a shotgun that will go nameless is overpowered, does not mean that you should upload gameplay of it. Maybe instead of actually telling DICE about that, I think DICE already knows that unnamed shotgun is drastically overpowered. How about this? How about we don't upload YouTube videos about it and spread the word about how overpowered it is and make it all worse for all of us? And who's the goose? Good morning, Carl. I wanted his sandwich so bad, but you know what? It's not worth it in Battlefield 3 the majority of the time anyways, and I get my final revenge on the goose. Like, really, knifing is just not as practical as it was in BC2. You know, taking somebody's sandwich, give me your sandwich, it's not as practical. Because most of the time while you're taking somebody's sandwich, you're getting shot anyways. And it's not a tactically good decision. And, okay, beyond that, like, the uploading of that gameplay and people spreading the word about the unnamed overpowered shotgun is a terrible idea, and I don't approve of anybody's conduct if you do it. Like, seriously, dude. I don't approve of your conduct if you upload that kind of gameplay. It's so frustrating because it's not even letting DICE know about it. DICE already knows. Like, a volume, like a population, it has been complained about frequently enough that DICE knows about it. People uploading videos about it and spreading the word is only increasing the amount of catfish that are going to use it in their scheme hatchery of catfishery. Like, you're only making the problem worse by telling more people about the overpowered weapons. Please do not do that. Like, I don't approve of your conduct if you do it, and it's not telling DICE anything that... DICE already knows about the problem, it's just spreading the word to more people that will exploit it. So please do not upload unnamed, overpowered / balanced shotgun gameplay, please. And one final thing before I get to the bonus clip. I wanted to... This gentleman sent me an image of what he thought about suppression, what he thought about the problem of suppression described by a cat. So I thought my Badger video is not complete without a cat, right? So of course I'm going to include this. I think it's definitely an accurate representation of what suppression is. Like, if you apply this to the issue or the current issue, I actually don't hate it all that much. I think I've gotten used to it, but I think a lot of people still have mixed opinions. I think this image right here is definitely an accurate representation of what suppression is right now. And I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I know this is very rambly as usual, and just so you guys know, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you're definitely listening in correctly. And so I want to thank you guys for watching very much. I just want to thank you guys in general for watching every week. You guys are really generous, and I appreciate it. I will see you guys next week. Auf Wiedersehen und bis bald und later.